Hey there. Can we talk about that ache you've been carrying? That strange, hollow feeling even when you're surrounded by people. That quiet loneliness that creeps in, especially when you're sitting next to someone who's supposed to love you, but somehow you still feel unseen. I see how confusing that feels. How heavy. You're not alone in wondering, why do I feel so lonely even when I'm not physically alone? And I want you to know, it's not your fault. You've learned to settle for proximity when what you've really needed is presence. There's a difference, a big one. See, people can sit right beside you, laugh, talk, exist. But if their heart is closed, if their emotions are distant, it feels like there's an invisible wall between you. And that wall? It leaves you wondering if you're asking for too much. It makes you question whether maybe you're needy or demanding, because you long for deeper connection. But let me gently tell you, wanting emotional presence is not asking for too much. It's asking for what you deserve. You were made to feel, to connect, to be seen, not just physically, but emotionally, soul to soul. Somewhere along the line, though, you started accepting crumbs. Maybe because it felt safer than asking for more. Maybe because no one modeled what true emotional availability looks like. But inside, that hollow space grew. And I see the part of you that started thinking, if I just try harder, love more, stay quiet, maybe they'll open up. You've tried. And I need you to hear this. It's not your job to pull emotions out of people who aren't ready to give them. It's not your responsibility to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's emotional absence. Because emotional absence feels like rejection, even when no one says the words. It makes you feel small, invisible, wondering if you even matter. But sweetheart, you do. Your feelings, your longing for connection, are valid. You don't have to settle for surface-level relationships. You don't have to dim your needs to avoid making others uncomfortable. And I know, maybe you've convinced yourself that having something is better than having nothing. That being physically near someone is enough, even if emotionally you feel completely alone. But real love isn't about being tolerated. It's about being seen, being met, being understood. So when you feel that ache, that hollowness even in a room full of people, don't shame yourself. Don't gaslight yourself into believing you're too much. Instead, pause, place a hand on your heart, and gently remind yourself, I deserve connection that fills me, not empties me. I deserve presence, not proximity. And yes, it might feel scary to set that standard. It might feel terrifying to risk losing what little connection you have. But I promise you, the emptiness of emotional absence weighs far heavier than the temporary discomfort of being alone. Because when you stop settling for half-hearted presence, you make space for the real thing. You open doors for people who are willing to show up, not just physically, but emotionally, vulnerably, fully. Until then, I want you to practice showing up for yourself. When no one else seems to notice your inner world, be the one who does. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What do I need? How can I hold space for myself? Because the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship. And the more you value your emotional world, the less willing you'll be to accept connections that leave you starving for more. You are not here to be invisible. You are not here to be half seen, half loved. So breathe, gentle soul. Feel that ache, but don't settle for it. There are people out there who won't flinch at your depth, who won't run from emotional presence, who will meet you fully. But first, promise me you'll meet yourself.